Anders Ericsson, Peak, Secrets from the New Science of Expertise. Embark on a fascinating journey into the realm of expertise with the book Peak, Secrets from the New Science of Expertise by Anders Ericsson. Discover how human brains can learn complex skills by adapting and transforming through deliberate practice. In this summary, you'll learn about the plasticity of our brains, the role of mental representations in our daily lives, and the difference between purposeful and deliberate practice in achieving greatness. Delve into the critical mechanisms for building skills, what sets apart experts from beginners, and debunk the myth of innate talents.
The taxi driver brain. The human brain's ability to adapt and grow through deliberate training is exemplified by an experiment that shows navigation skills to be connected to the size of the posterior hippocampus. London, with its sprawling maze of thousands of streets, requires even its taxi drivers to memorize its twists and turns. However, this monumental task is possible when the brain is trained and developed. Neuroscientist Eleanor Maguire conducted an experiment in 2000, comparing the brains of London cab drivers with non-drivers to test this theory. Her findings indicated that the cab drivers had a larger posterior hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for navigation and memory of locations. Her follow-up research on two groups, taxi drivers in training and ordinary non-drivers as a control, indeed established a positive correlation between posterior hippocampus growth and deliberate navigation training. This experiment brought to light the concept that the human brain is plastic, meaning it adapts and changes when trained. While the findings have been restricted to the navigation skills of the hippocampus, the results implied that the brain has the potential to expand and execute more tasks with deliberate practice and consistent training. Thus, the experiment provides evidence to show that the size of the brain's posterior hippocampus is directly linked to navigation abilities, and with proper training, can help people learn even the most difficult of tasks. Mental representations. The power of mental representations in long-term memory and their role in boosting performance is discussed through examples like the Mona Lisa and baseball. Mental representations allow us to sidestep our short-term memory and respond quickly to situations and movements. When we think of the Mona Lisa, our brain immediately conjures up an image of the painting. This is known as a mental representation, structures stored in the brain that correlate to particular objects, images, movements, or anything processed and stored for later retrieval. These representations play a significant role in how we think, communicate, and perform. They allow us to sidestep our short-term memory and respond quickly to situations. Without the ability to store all the rules of a language in our long-term memory, communication wouldn't be possible. Mental representations come into play as a performance booster. These representations develop through practice and experience. Professional baseball players, for example, have developed sophisticated representations of all the potential trajectories of a baseball through constant practice and hard work. It allows them to predict within a split second how fast the ball will approach and know exactly how to swing their bat. Simply put, through practice and experience, the brain can develop detailed representations of the situations or movements that matter to our performance. In conclusion, mental representations in the long-term memory play a significant role in communication and performance. They allow us to store important information without the need to relearn or memorize it repeatedly. Mental representations help us respond quickly, sidestepping our short-term memory. With sufficient practice and experience, we gain the ability to develop detailed representations of the situation or movement that matters to our performance, helping us to gain a competitive edge. Purposeful practice. Professional success does not happen overnight. Purposeful practice is the key to building skills and achieving goals. The technique involves setting specific goals, remaining focused, stepping out of comfort zones, and receiving constant feedback. A Carnegie Mellon experiment showed how purposeful practice can push individuals to memorize longer strings of numbers. The experiment's success was due to clear targets, concentrated efforts, pushing the boundaries, and receiving prompt feedback. Purposeful practice can help to learn a wide range of specialized skills. However, it is just one step towards a greater objective. Deliberate practice for excellence. To become a great performer, purposeful practice is necessary, but deliberate practice is essential. Deliberate practice involves a field with established experts and guidance from a teacher or coach. The musical tradition has developed sophisticated training techniques that allow students to acquire the necessary skills to become experts themselves. By adopting a teacher's knowledge, a student is given a template to follow, eliminating the need to start from scratch. The concept of talent is not necessarily innate. Nearly any skill can be learned through intentionally guided practice. Debunking the myth of innate talent. The exceptional abilities of top performers are not a result of innate talent but rather the outcome of deliberate practice. Mozart, for instance, may not have achieved much during his childhood, as his first compositions were potentially written by his father, who trained him from an early age. The exceptional skills of talented individuals are built over years of practice, leading to advanced mental representations in their brains, thus debunking the myth of innate talent.
In conclusion, Peak, Secrets from the New Science of Expertise, uncovers the powerful concept of deliberate practice and how anyone can cultivate exceptional skills in various fields. By understanding the plasticity of the human brain, the crucial role mental representations play, and the importance of purposeful practice, you can unlock new heights of mastery and performance. Remember, true expertise isn't based on innate talent but rather diligent work, guided practice, and the appropriate feedback from experienced teachers or coaches. Embrace the findings of this book and begin your journey towards excellence through the transformative power of deliberate practice.